Welcome to the heart of oil and gas country, Hobbs, New Mexico. Located just 5 miles from the Texas border, the city is home to nearly 8,000 students. Almost half of those students are Hispanic, and another 7% are African American. But there is something else that makes this school district unique. It all started 5 years ago as administrators searched for innovative ways to help all children learn.
That is so crazy. Our teachers are working hard, they're working long, they're doing everything they know to do.
The search for answers took district administrators to a national conference on excellence in education. At this event, it was the educators getting a lesson. They learned that
teachers had to come out of their closed classrooms. They had to become communities of learners. They had to collaborate about best practices for students, looking at results, and that our focus had to change.
That collaboration has a name in Hobbs. It's called the Professional Learning Community Model, or PLC. Part of that model includes giving teachers time each week to meet and work together in teams, sharing strategies about lesson plans and students.
In the olden days, we stayed in our rooms. The door was closed. We never ever really had a chance to sit down and visit and talk about children and their development.
It took a while for some teachers to get on board with the learning community model. The main stumbling block, getting them to look at standardized testing data in a whole new light.
They've always had that used as judgment, whether or not you were a good teacher or a bad teacher. And to get them to understand that it's not judgment, that it's just information, that data is just a tool that you can use to get better.
We're understanding a little bit more what our kids need to know, and I think through our PLC classes we're able to take that information and put those kids in areas in our PLC classes to help them do better.
But more and more teachers are using their collaboration time to share not only that testing data, but also best practices and strategies with their team members and fellow educators.
When we have those meetings, we just lay our questions out. You know, I need help with a certain type of student. He's a visual learner, and I'm teaching fractions. What could you do to help me?
The drastic changes would be too much for some teachers in Hobbs, but district officials were not about to give up on the program just because a few feathers got ruffled.
I think it was too much change for them. They liked the isolation.
But many teachers who were reluctant to try this new model eventually decided to get on board.
She came alive. You know, when I went by one day and she's in there dancing and playing music, I thought, oh my goodness, we did light a fire onto this lady.
And it wasn't just the teachers who needed some convincing. Parents also had to be willing to shift their schedules so schools could release early, 1 day a week, giving teachers that built-in time for those regular collaboration meetings.
I was resistant. I was like, you can't possibly tell me that hour a week is going to make a difference with these teachers. They can just stay and do what they need to do. And I was proven wrong.
Now that they have this PLC and the teachers are working together, well, they're watching the kids, and maybe they're splitting them in different groups, but they're watching them to make sure that nobody falls behind. And they're actually really doing it. It's not just a slogan.
There is also a commitment to collaboration from the top down, starting with the superintendent. Principals and the district administration get together once a month to talk about best practices, work out complicated problems, and otherwise help to support and inspire each other.
So it has become a part of what our district is. Not only does staff, especially incoming staff, newcoming staff, knows before they're even hired that that's what we're all about.
We've always talked that talk about, you know, raising the bar and doing better for kids. And the thing that the learning communities did, in my opinion, was give us a framework to hang those great ideas on.
Okay, the second one is on...
Through the PLC model, the district decided to lengthen the school day 30 minutes for students and 15 minutes for teachers. The additional time ensures students get personal help on their most difficult subjects. That collaboration also gave district officials the idea to open a freshman school, home to only 9th graders. Administrators say it helps the students make the transition from middle school to high school. Freshmen get to put their best feet forward and can even make up for lost time through a program called Credit Recovery.
We started that with English last year. Students who don't pass English the first semester, then we put them in Credit Recovery during their advisory time.
Those who need to make up for lost work can use that time to recover what would otherwise be lost credits. Students recovered roughly 70% of those lost credits through the program last year. Officials hope to do even better this year.
It
counts towards high school, and with them in a junior high surrounding and a junior high environment, they don't get it a lot of times to say, hey, this is going to affect me 4 years down the road when it comes May and it's time for me to graduate.
Hobbs has a way to go before the learning community model is completely implemented in the schools, but the district has made great progress in just 5 years. And officials say the flexibility of the collaborative process means they can continue to change strategies until they find the combination that works for each and every student.
We preached from the beginning, it's not a program, it's a process. It's really how we think about what we're doing.
Now that we have this PLC implemented, our role is not so much teacher as it is facilitator. PLC is more about we learning from them just as much as they learn from us.